You're listening to the Championship Wrestling Podcast. And here's your host, Dustin Starr.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Championship Wrestling Podcast. What a weekend it was indeed. Halloween is finally behind us, and so is the Championship Wrestling Drive-In SPOOKtacular, presented by Pro Shingle and benefiting the Hero Empowerment Center. Happy November, everybody. There is so much to catch up on, so thank you for joining me. I am Dustin Starr, and I'm sure that you can tell my voice is on the struggle bus today. And it's probably thanks to hosting the Halloween SPOOKtacular. Being choked by Humongous probably didn't help. And then I'm also sure that the patio after party at Kooky Canuck would have a little bit of something to do with that as well. I'm going to give you all the details and the fun stories on today's podcast, don't you worry. Plus, we're going to run down Saturday's Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle, the Halloween special. I felt like it was one of our very best episodes ever. That's my opinion. But we have another big show coming up on Saturday at noon on CW30 and on YouTube Premiere. But before we dive in, be sure to follow us at CW30 Wrestling on all social media channels and keep up with me at Dustin Starr.
Let's run it back with the Championship Wrestling Rewind.
And we'll start off with the results of our Championship Wrestling Drive-In SPOOKtacular, presented by Pro Shingle and benefiting the Hero Empowerment Center. We were live in Memphis on Halloween Day, and if you missed it, then gosh, you sure missed a great show. But have no fear, those matches are available on YouTube. Each and every match will be published in its entirety for you to watch and for you to enjoy. Plus, you're going to see highlights on Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle this week and in the coming weeks. Also, there's a full album of photos available on Facebook right now, all courtesy of Dreadhead Kev Photography. So we started out with the national anthem being performed by Holden Hastings on behalf of Melody Time Music. And I bring that up because, man, it was awesome. Holden Hastings, he teaches guitar. And you go to melodytimemusic.com and register for that. But, man, he played the sweetest Jimi Hendrix-style version of the national anthem on his electric guitar. Then we went right into the Halloween costume contest presented by PartyWorks. And I was out there hosting this thing, the entire show, actually. That's why my voice is kind of shot today. But the posse, they were out there with me. Lil Chris, Simon Reed, who is Big Simon, and Sweet Smokey B. So they were out to be the special judges of this Halloween costume contest. And it was interrupted by Notorious Bradley Diggs and Roughshod, a.k.a. the LA Hustlers. And I'm not here to start rumors or spread rumors, but rumor has it that they aren't really from LA. But regardless, they jump-started the match, attacked Big Simon, and put a 2-on-1 beatdown on Lil Chris until finally, I think Simon got his hands on some candy, made the big fiery comeback. The posse pick up the victory, and then we finished that costume contest. And a big thanks to PartyWorks for sponsoring that for us. The kids had a great time. Second match of the day was the main event. Will All-Day going one-on-one with Cam Cole. Cam Cole actually was smoking on his way to the ring. And during this match, Will All-Day flying off the top rope, just soaring through the Memphis sky, was really, really incredible. He picked up the big victory with the Swanton Bomb. He also hit a pretty sweet moonsault, too. Cam Cole, Will All-Day, two of my favorite wrestlers, both hailing from Houston, Texas. Then, AEW's Marco Stunt. 1/3 of the Jurassic Express. He squared off with Derek the King. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He says he's the real king of Memphis. Derek, by God, greater than great king is how he had me introduce him. He didn't come alone either. Big Nico, gosh, who looked like to be maybe 350 pounds. Shoot, man, he had to be 6'8", 6'9". He was huge. Big Nico, not Nico Marquez though. Anyways, it was kind of a 2-on-1 contest with Big Nico being at ringside. Of course, Marco Stunt picks up the big victory. He was the fan favorite. Mama Stunt, Papa Stunt, I think Uncle and Aunt Stunt were there. They were all there. It was the whole family was there to see Marco kick some butt right down the street from his hometown of Olive Branch, Mississippi. It was really, really good to see Marco. Next was our very first intergender match. Now, being here in Memphis, you do not see very many intergender matches, if any at all. So Precious actually made his way to the ring. He went one-on-one with CC Chanel. Now, there's a whole lot of, drama surrounding CC Chanel and her new contract along with Nico Marquez. As you know, and we're going to cover, on Saturday, she actually cost Heather Monroe the Halston body bag match in our Spooktacular main event match of the week. More to come on that, but the crowd absolutely loves CC Chanel. She picks up the big victory over Precious. You guys have to watch that on YouTube. And then also the semi-main event next was Peter Avalon, who didn't make any friends shushing the crowd there in Memphis, and the look of disgust and disdain on his face the entire time. But from Mexico City, Mexico, Antonio Garza, who is personally one of my favorite opponents to wrestle because he is so talented. Lucha Libre style, man. These guys really had a banger of a match. You're going to really enjoy it on YouTube, just like the fans in attendance did. Peter Avalon, where we thought he had his hands on the ropes, and he did. When you go back, and there's no instant replays in wrestling, there's no challenges in wrestling, so he stole a victory over Antonio Garza. And then it was main event time. It was monster versus monster. It was like King Kong versus Godzilla, or Freddy versus Jason. Our longest reigning heritage champion, Watts, went one-on-one with a man who is so big, they have to call him humongous. And you guys know, maybe you don't, there is a long-running history of classic Memphis wrestling with the Lord Humongous character. So this is a new reincarnation of that character. And when he came to the ring, not only was he just intimidating and imposing, but for some reason he grabbed me by the throat. And thank goodness for Watts, his music hits. Humongous turns his attention. I wasn't ready for it, or else I would have put Humongous down, you know that. That's one of the reasons why my voice is shot today. But man, I have never seen Watts in the ring with somebody bigger than him. But Humongous was bigger. And these guys went toe-to-toe and fought all over the place. Watts picks up the big victory with the choke force. The crowd absolutely loved it. And then immediately following that, after I took the ring down wearing my Halloween costume, all white Beetlejuice outfit, we headed out to the patio after party at Kooky Canuck, and man, oh man, was it a good time. We had karaoke, Cucamonga burgers, and of course we had some brews. But shout out to Liddell for bringing out his equipment. Liddell was the music man all day long, came out of retirement, he says, to be the DJ for us for the event. Of course, Liddell is with the Heal the Hood Foundation of Memphis and heading up the Hero Empowerment Center. Brought the equipment out to Kooky Canuck. And I said, all right, Liddell, hit this music. We're going to play Bon Jovi, Wanted, Dead or Alive. Hook the microphone up and just watch us get embarrassing. And he just started laughing. As soon as the music hit, eyeballs went up. Everybody was singing as I had the microphone. It was crazy. So all night long we karaoke'd and had a really good time. We were on the patio. We were as socially distant as we could be. And we all wore masks. And then also I just want you guys to know that the crew did test. We did take our COVID-19 test before we actually had the event. So shout out to Pro Shingle, Party Works, Easy Flea Tattoos. They brought in Marco Stunt, the Tub Pros, and each and every one of our sponsors and the fine folks at the Heal the Hood Foundation of Memphis. Man, they actually got their hands dirty. They tore down the ring after the match. We cleaned up trash out of the parking lot after the matches. These guys like to get their hands dirty. I'll never forget, dressed in a suit, pulling up into the parking lot before this event, many weeks before, just getting cleaned up, and I saw these guys out sweeping the street, cleaning up glass and wood pallets and stuff like that. I felt so bad because I was in my suit going to a business meeting, so I got my hands dirty with them this weekend. But also, let's not forget about Saturday's Halloween special. There seemed to be a glitch on YouTube with the finish of the main event, but that women's match, the Halston body bag match, where we saw Ruby Reyes make her return in Freddy Krueger gear and all to Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle. That match is online in its entirety for you to watch. And plus, here's a few highlights for you. Last week, on our Halloween special, the card was stacked as usual with 4 minutes of heat. Dirty Daddy Chris Dickinson, Beef Candy, and our spooktacular main event match of the week.
Oh my goodness, 1-2 Ruby's coming for you. The equal opportunity ass kick. And right on the table, it does not break. And it gets absolutely laid out on the slab like she's in Frankenstein's lab. No.
Oh, gosh!
Full senton, and the table doesn't give an inch. She clocks Halston body. She didn't look, she looked, that spray right into the eyes of the Killer Bay. And here we go again. We saw this on Primetime Live. This will bury anybody for good.
All that and so much more on the fastest hour in pro wrestling. Watch episode 83 in full on our official YouTube channel at CW30 Wrestling.
Look out! Here's what's coming up for Championship Wrestling.
Tonight, it's Monday, November 2nd. We are back at Sidecar Cafe for wrestling trivia at 7 p.m. The returning champions, Team Canada, Arnez and Mike, they will be in the house to defend their titles. And remember to register. Not only will you get a free appetizer, but you'll also get a chance at a free point on your score.
Wrestling Trivia returns to Sidecar Cafe this Monday, November 2nd at 7 p.m.
Register your team at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com and you'll get a free appetizer.
Team Canada defends their title. Can you dethrone the champs?
And we have 2 fun events taking place on Saturday. One is digital and one is in person, but you can actually do both.
Our friends at Nerd 901 are always doing something great for the community, and this time they're raising money for Le Bonheur Children's Hospital.
It's the Nerd 901 Virtual Extra Life, and you can help. Join them for their live stream starting Saturday, November 7th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. at twitch.tv/nerd901, or you can donate to this great cause at nerd901.com/extra-life.
Nerd 901 has raised over $8,000 in the last 2 years. Let's help them make a difference.
And then Dave and Buster's goes elite.
Dave and Buster's is the coolest place to eat, drink, play, and watch AEW Full Gear. Join us Saturday, November 7th. It's free. Dave and Buster's Wolf Chase.
And keep in mind that all wrestling watch parties will be played for free at Dave and Buster's, including AEW Full Gear. That's a $60 pay-per-view you get to watch absolutely free. And of course, Thursday at 9 a.m., catch me on Sports 56 Mornings talking professional wrestling. You can listen live anywhere in the world or listen on podcast at sports56whbq.com. Then at noon on Thursday, it's an all-new Grind City Wrestling. You can listen at grindcitymedia.com/podcasts. Last week, we talked about the best theme songs in pro wrestling. You can send us yours and we'll share those this week. And also, this week, we're going to be talking about the best wrestling managers ever. That is definitely going to be an interesting conversation. And then Saturday at noon, we're back with the fastest hour in professional wrestling. Clark Connors will be in singles competition against Max Caster. That should be good. Anthony Idol will be in action. The Golden Era will continue with Jordan Clearwater. Plus, we have 2 big championship matches. Ray Rosas will defend his Arizona State title against the man he defeated for it, EJ Sparks. And be on the lookout for SoCal Distancing. They're lurking. They're everywhere, they say. And the other title match is for the United TV title, but we still don't know who against.
Saturday at noon, join us for Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle.
Our Dave and Buster's match of the week is for the United World TV title, and maybe Howdy Price will sing.
That's Saturday at noon.
Thanks for listening to the Championship Wrestling Podcast.
I am digging these new beats. Oh yeah, and thank you for joining me again this week. Remember, tonight is wrestling trivia at Sidecar Cafe, 7 p.m. bell time. It's absolutely free to play. Register your team at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com and you'll get a free appetizer, and also you'll get an extra point on your score, and as you know, 1 point could make the difference. Be sure to stay up to date and informed on everything Championship Wrestling by following us on social media at CW30 Wrestling. Be sure to subscribe to our official YouTube channel at CW30 Wrestling. That's where you'll be able to watch all the full matches from the Championship Wrestling Drive-In Spooktacular, including right now you can watch Watts versus Humongous in full. Big show coming up on Saturday with 2 championship matches. I will see you then. But until then, I am Dustin Starr saying so long, everybody.